Hi everyone, I'm Hugh, and I have a major problem with the website that I'm currently uploading this video to right now, and that is YouTube's major generalization problem. It seems as though the humans that run this website are just as bad at generalizing as the AI that runs its inner systems. Like, everybody's always complaining about the AI and the bots that run the demonetization and the discovery system on YouTube, but it seems as though, based on a current case that we're going to look at in this video, that the humans care just as little about context in a situation as the AI does. And the channel that we're talking about today, or at least primarily talking about, is a channel called Special Books by Special Kids that focuses primarily on sharing the stories of people with physical or mental disabilities that might be underrepresented and people might have misconceptions about them, and most of the time they just talk about what it's like to be them and how they want to be treated, which most of the time is a lot like the rest of us. And overall, it's just extremely wholesome content that you would think YouTube would love to have on their platform. But recently, the comments on their channel were disabled because of a man named Mad Watson that pointed out a serious problem that YouTube has with predators, but went about it in a really bad way by trying to get people to contact advertisers and get them to pull their ads from YouTube, therefore causing YouTube to just react insanely quickly and with no care for context or concern with the context of the videos that children might be appearing in. And I know many of you may have heard about this situation before when it went down at the beginning of March, when their comments were initially disabled and they made a video about it, really just trying to connect with people and get them to spread the word about this, and they ended up having a petition get over 350,000 signatures, I believe. Yeah, currently over 373,000 people have signed a petition in an attempt to get comments reinstated on the Special Books by Special Kids channel. And I am going to get to an update that just came out today about the situation, but I do want to even further represent the struggle that these people have gone through to try and get the comments reinstated. Like, they have been tweeting every single day about it. I think 3 or 4 days after their comments got initially disabled, they attempted this strategy of creating what they called a love mob, which is where they would attempt to get their audience to contact people at Google or YouTube, people that worked for these places, and just shower them with love and positivity to show them how the Special Books by Special Kids community really acts out there. And this whole love mob concept was a reaction to a meeting that they had with some YouTube employees that didn't go very well, and I am going to include a clip from their channel. I hope they don't copyright claim it, but I'm not going to be putting ads on this video anyway, so if they want to do that, that's fine. I don't think they will, because they'll be happy about somebody spreading the message, but here's the clip.
On Thursday night, YouTube reached out to us to move up a meeting that was originally scheduled for next week.
And it made us excited because we thought the momentum of the petition and everybody's support made them review our case and that they would finally turn our comments back on.
We were disappointed to find that not only were the right people not in the room, it was all lower level employees, but they were completely unwilling and unable to answer the questions we had for them. Things like why other channels with minors weren't being affected, what criteria had made our channel at high risk, and even, why half of our videos that feature adults were equally affected by this measure.
And when we asked these questions, they didn't give any response. They stared at us with a blank stare. And then when we asked them for proof of there being a predatory comment on our channel...
A sexually predatory comment. They drew a line in the sand and said, this is the type of comment we found, which we've never seen on our platform before. It's never been reported to us. And as we've mentioned, all of you in our comment, you're meticulous in policing it and holding our community to a higher standard to support the dialogue on inclusion that we're trying to promote.
So they said they found sexually predatory comments on our channel. By the way, we monitor it for hours every day, and we have volunteers too. We came together as a team, and we've been doing this for 4 years, hours every day. Not one of us has ever seen a sexually predatory comment. We asked for proof. They said we don't have access to that. Only the higher-ups do.
They couldn't tell us what these comments were. They couldn't tell us how many there were, what videos they were linked to, whether it was our adult videos or our videos with minors in it.
And 2 things on that. Number 1, I think the fact that they said our channel has sexually predatory comments on it is a lie. And I can explain that in just a few minutes. But number two, if it was true, we would want to work to protect them. Yes. We would want to know all about it. We would want to discuss with it the people who could tell us what was going on, because none of our other channels have been censored. We have millions of followers across Facebook and Instagram, and we've never seen those comments on there either.
So what messes me up personally so much about their experience in this meeting is that when they asked questions, they were given a blank stare. And I think that hurts me so much as a YouTuber, and I bet it hurts a lot of other YouTubers out there, because a lot of times when we have problems with the platform and we tweet at Team YouTube or we try and contact somebody about it, we feel like we're dealing with a bot, and we feel like we're dealing with some automated message, and we feel like we're just talking to a brick wall. And so it feels so terrible to know that something that we all dream of as YouTubers, which is being face to face with a YouTube employee, is just as bad. It makes me really not happy, and I know that I'm smiling because I'm trying to just kind of laugh away the discomfort that I have with that meeting being that bad for them. And here we are, present day, where Special Books by Special Kids puts out a tweet. This is April 12th, 2019, for anybody that's watching in the future, updating us on their present situation, and spoiler alert, it doesn't get any better for them. So Chris of Special Books by Special Kids tweets out today, just got off the phone with YouTube. They couldn't guarantee that Special Books by Special Kids will ever have comments again. They showed us a few comments out of over 1 million from trolls and used that to justify their decision. YouTube has allowed a few trolls to halt a social movement. Each comment shown contained a word that is currently on our banned words list. That means they wouldn't be visible on our channel if written today. We said we would love to work together to find a solution. In response, YouTube said they can't make an exception to their rules. So that just does not make any sense to me whatsoever, other than them being lazy and them being greedy. I don't think they want to hire more employees to deal with these sorts of situations on a case-to-case basis, but even in that case, it just doesn't make sense to me. It seems like they want to just say, hey, if your channel has children in it, it is susceptible to comments being disabled, and there's nothing we can do about it beyond that, which is absolutely ridiculous, because like recently I dealt with this problem myself. They changed the partnership program requirements to requiring you to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in order to apply to be a YouTube partner and monetize your videos. I applied in like March of 2018, and I didn't get approved until December of 2018, so it took whatever that is, like 9 months. But me using that example isn't just for me to complain about, oh, YouTube took so long to monetize me, even though it did take way too long. They put a system in place where they would have a human review each of these channels that was applying to be a partner, and it took a really long time, but they were able to do it, which is why I don't understand why they wouldn't also do the same thing for giant channels like Special Books by Special Kids that has like 1.4 million subscribers or something like that. Why wouldn't they have an individual review each of these giant channels and then trickle down to the smaller channels after that to get comments enabled on channels that are doing the right thing by, one, depicting kids responsibly in their videos, which obviously Special Books by Special Kids has never had a problem with, and two, properly moderating their comment section, where it seems like Special Books by Special Kids is kind of leading the industry in the amount that they are checking up on their comments to make sure that nobody's trolling, nobody's leaving sexual comments or anything along those lines. They just want the kids to get the support that they need, because they have given examples in videos where kids felt like they had no friends in school, and they give a specific example of a child having to eat lunch with their principal because they felt like an outcast. And one of the main purposes of putting out a video with this child was to make them feel like they were supported by this Special Books by Special Kids community, and that's something that could have been really great for a kid that has now been taken away from them because YouTube won't put the effort forth to review these channels. So one, I would really appreciate it if you all would use the hashtag UnsilenceSBSK to spread awareness about this problem, and also at Team YouTube on Twitter if you have a Twitter account. If you don't have a Twitter account, I'd love if you would make one to make YouTube as aware of this problem as possible. We, as people in the YouTube community, want to be able to support the children that have been depicted in special books by special kids videos, and we can't do that right now because the comments are disabled. And these kids, I mean, they can get support in other places, obviously, but it would just be nice if we could all conveniently, after watching a video where they've inspired us, let them know that we accept them and they inspire us and we're happy that they exist and that we've been able to hear their story. So yeah, overall, I think YouTube just needs more employees. They need a team of people that can predict problems like this so that they are more proactive instead of reactive. They need more people reviewing people for the partnership program. They need more people deciding if channels are handling the inclusion of minors in videos properly so that they can have comments enabled. And they also need to fix this giant problem they have with wrongfully demonetizing entire channels. I had two friends, and this has more to do with the problem that I presented at the beginning of this video that sort of may have gotten lost, which is that the humans at YouTube are just as bad at generalizing as the AI and the bots that they use to run their website. I had two friends, Walter Fate and Based Shaman, both get their channels entirely demonetized because they talked about this group MGTOW, or also known as Men Going Their Own Way. I think they were mostly critical of what was being said in MGTOW groups, and they got their channels entirely demonetized, along with a wave of men that were supporting MGTOW. Now, I don't think anybody that was talking about MGTOW or supporting it should have gotten demonetized, because I am an advocate of free speech, and a lot of those videos weren't hateful, and Walter Fate and Based Shaman's videos were most definitely not hateful, and they just got picked up in this wave of people getting demonetized, and they both tried to contact YouTube to tell them, hey, you messed up. Based on the context here, I'm not one of the people that you were trying to demonetize, and it didn't matter whatsoever, because the humans at YouTube are just, they're following guidelines that don't protect creators, and it's just frustrating, and I feel like I'm going around in circles. So please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to share that UnsilenceSBSK hashtag and at Team YouTube to try and get some help for these people that deserve to have comments on their videos so badly. Skate on to the best of your abilities, guys. Make sure you're drinking more water, and I will see you very soon. I've moved my hands way too much. I blinked probably way too much. I'm still getting comfortable on camera, and so hopefully more face cam videos in the future will be superior to this, but I just felt like I wanted to have like a human one-on-one with you guys in order to like let you know how passionate about this that I am. And yeah, so peace, guys.